Hello everybody and welcome to this new edition of Carpool Discussion with Roslane the dude Bencharif.
Hi. نقدر en anglais.
كما حبيت.
كيما حبيت. Okay.
But I will speak in English because I pledged that I will always speak in English from now on.
Gostok حبيبي.
Antik. So today we are together so that we are going to Labul space, co-working space Labul, to meet them and to see how we can manage and make some trainings with them. Roslane has very good courses about cash management, if I recall correctly.
Yep, but not only.
Not only, yes. This is what you are most known for right now because you did it a lot of times.
Yep.
What else is there?
What for topics?
What other training you can
for topics?
Yeah.
It's mainly around marketing strategy. We can talk about pricing, about segmentation techniques, about how to set up a positioning of the company towards competition, toward the market, and it's very tech oriented.
Okay.
It could be also done for any other kind of industry, but one of the most complicated industry to market is the tech one.
Okay. Here.
Almost everywhere.
Okay, because they're like
it's
we only hear about them.
No, you hear about them, but you only hear about people who are successful. You don't hear about people who fail.
Oh yeah.
And people who fails is the part of the iceberg that is underwater.
Less well known. It's like more 9 of 10.
And it represents almost 8 out of 10.
Yeah. So basically, if I understand well, your trainings are how to manage your company, like business, marketing, finance.
Yep. Actually,
Sales.
people used to mix between marketing and communication, and it has nothing to do. Communication is a tool of marketing.
Yep.
Marketing is more related to finance than to communication.
Exactly.
So the point is on how you set up your strategies, how you set up your budget, how to make your budget the most optimal budget in order for you to reach your goals, your marketing goals. And marketing is supposed to bring sales, bring deals that you will be converting into sales, then into money.
Yes and no, because in marketing there is also branding, which is a lot of times forgotten.
Anyway, bottom line, even if you brand yourself or you brand your product, so the main goal is for you to sell it and to generate money.
But if you focus your marketing effort only to generate sales, it will be like you are not anymore doing marketing because you're forgetting like the top of the funnel.
No, it's not about. No, I'm including the whole funnel. It's not about just. At the end of the day, bottom line, you do marketing in order to generate sales.
Because if you don't sell, then you don't make money, and you will close the door and
you
shut
don't
up
have
your company.
And you don't have budget to do marketing.
Yeah.
So bottom line, it's all about how to position yourself, your product, your company within a market toward your customers, whether they are B2B or B2C, B2B for business to business, B2B for business to consumer. And this is not to go into too deep into details. You have several techniques, you have methodologies, you have a scientific, between brackets, way to do things. It's not about how shall I market it, what price shall I put on this or that, how shall I launch a should I launch a promotion, what shall be my return on investment if I launch a promotion, what is how long shall it last, what is the percentage of decrease in price that I shall
basically
perform.
You have to think about all the details.
But it's not only about thinking. You have some techniques that will you have some techniques that will help you know where to put your cursor, and based on that make decisions. So whether you go for it or not, it's maybe not the case. It's maybe not the time to do it.
So it's also, you are talking about business intelligence in the service of marketing.
This is part of it.
Yeah.
This is part of it. we go through all those things, but we will be more focusing on how to do things. Simply, putting.
No, I'm not trying to talk about the training. Yeah, I know. The training will be.
It's a hands-on.
It.
It's a hands-on training, where you will be starting, doing things by your own, using few tools that are usually used for, or could be used for any industry. But when it comes to techs, so when you start, talking about, how to price
software
or an application or something like that, you are getting into intangible things. So it became a lot more complicated to identify the cost and also to explain it. Okay, so what should be taken into consideration while I have to perform an application for a client or for the public or for whatever.
Okay, one question.
Please.
What makes you capable of giving such training?
Oh.
Yep. What are your credentials?
What are my credentials? So, actually,
basically, tell me about you.
I will simply tell you what led me to start, proposing such kind of trainings. So during my career, I spent something like 10 years within huge multinationals.
You can't cite the names; it's not public TV.
So I used to work for Jay-Z in the strategic planning and business development for almost 8 years. I used to be secretary of the XCOM and member of the DIRCOM of Jay-Z for almost 4 years. XCOM is executive committee, so it's all about how to run the operations, and it's a weekly meeting that bring together the CEO and all the other levels people of the company. So it enables me during 4 years to understand exactly how a mobile operator works, what is strategic, what is not.
And the other com was?
Sorry? The other is DIRCOM. It's for directors.
Okay, the board of directors, basically.
No. Board of directors is even above the XCOM. It's like you say, board of shareholders, for example. Yeah. So this is one part. Then I moved to Microsoft as marketing director, and I lasted for less than 1 year, and it was here in Algeria. Then it was by chance, or I found myself in Iran, in Tehran, as a consultant, directing the commercial strategy stuffs and managing, a bunch of consultants coming almost from everywhere. And I was dealing with commercial strategy, so I was directing the commercial strategic pole, and we had to shadow the local team, just enabling them to gather the methodology, know how to do things, and simply it was mainly doing the job and trying to share experience with them.
Okay.
And during all those experience, so then I came back to Algiers, and I had to work also for Ericsson Consulting, which is based in Morocco, and I was hired by a company, a headhunting company in London to work in Algiers, which is
so simple.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, bottom line, I was just waking up in the morning, moving from my home to Mobilis, doing the job and getting back home. That was fantastic, and it was
one of the best jobs you had.
Yeah. Actually, it was really nice. And it was just for the launch of the 3G, and it was actually we had to put in place a 3G go-to-market strategy, and we end up simply showing just a segmentation tool, a segmentation technique for B2C, just in order for the operator to know where are his
potential customers.
No, his actual customers, but which of them are the high values, and which of them he'd better get rid of them instead of getting them on the network, keeping them on the network.
After that,
and during all those, then I came up to build my own company. I also worked again for Ericsson to enable them position themselves toward the competition in order to gather an important market within Libyana, which is a mobile operator in Libya. And it was during the period where
it was like
hot, going to Libya. So I did some work here from Algiers, and unfortunately I was not granted the visa to go to Libya. Yes, you need a visa to go to Libya.
Seriously?
Yeah, and as Algerian, I found myself the visa refused. So I end up the mission, because it was not possible to do homework for something like 6 months. And what happened actually is that all those experiences put together, I found exactly the same request from people with whom I was working, and the question that was coming back again and again and again is, how do you do that?
Yeah.
So when you come up to do the presentation, to come up with the analysis, etc., that's amazing. So we were looking for this for years, etc., etc. So now
you have a particular set of skills.
We have to know how to do it. How to do it, and what are the methodology, from where to start, where to go, what's the path to go through in order to come up with those analysis.
Excellent.
I started saying, so during the mission it was quite difficult to do both, to do the job and to train the people.
Yeah.
And beside of that, there was no communication support, no training support, no presentation, no slides that would be oriented on how to do things, instead of being oriented on what have been done and what are the outputs.
Okay.
So simply thinking about all that, and being also requested to do so after the missions, I started thinking to myself that it would be maybe great to build up some training modules. And before doing that, I went through all the training modules that was very specific to tech